Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is your teacher, Ms. Fatima Muhammad Iqbal from Palestinian schools in Qatar. Today I'll be covering unit number 9, which weigh at 16, period number 4 and 5, on page number 36, 37, and 38. Let's start. Let's listen to the vocabulary.
Period 4. Activity 1.
Beyond. Education. Exist. General. Generally speaking. Generation. Goods. Limited. Manager. Opportunity. Responsible. Responsibly. Stressful.
Word formation.
Decide. Decision. Possible. Possibility. Program. Programmer. Technical. Technician.
Exactly. Now let's go to the vocabulary. Beyond was the first word. It means away from, farther than. You can write further also and also farther, Farther. Both have the same meaning. Beyond, farther, away from. Number 2 is education. It means studies. You use books to study something, or you use any other educational aids to increase your knowledge. So, this is studies means education. Exist, something you can see, which is present, which is available. Generally speaking, in general, you are not talking about something specific. You're talking about in details in general. You're explaining your points. Program. Here, program defines the computer oriented term. So it is about software. That the structure of the program means that computer, the computer which uses some softwares to operate. The next word is generation. Generation means age group. Like in this picture, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different phases of generation. This is when you were born, then toddler, then teenager, then you become a young man, and then an old man. So these are age groups, generations. Goods means products, things which company makes them and they are ready, either for the consumer, those who want to use them, or we have other goods for industrial use, for company use, for factories use, for other large uses. See, these are personal uses for a t-shirt. We have shoes, joggers, we have some fruits and other artificial things. These are personal goods, and we have capital goods. They are for large uses. Limited, when we talk about something limited, we are talking about something specific. Then we have manager. Manager is someone in charge. For example, in any company, in any organization, in any office, when you join, there must be a manager. Okay, and these are the different characteristics of manager. A manager will be responsible for the person who is in charge of that place. For example, in our school, in Palestinian schools for girls, we have Miss Wafa. She is the manager over there. She controls everything. She is in charge. Opportunity is chance. For example, in great 12, 10, after passing grade 10, you have so many opportunities to avail. So you have so many choices and you have so many chances. So whatever you choose, you should get the best out of it. We continue with responsible. Responsible is someone like a manager. He is in charge of something and he is capable of doing something. He got this responsibility and he is taking care of it. Responsible. He is the in charge of something. The manager, he has some jobs to do. So that is a responsible person and that needs a large responsibility on someone's shoulder. How does he do his job? Next, we have stressful. Some jobs are really stressful. When you do them, you feel worried. You don't feel satisfied. So, stressful. And stressful, you are never happy. You feel worried. You feel gloomy. You feel sad, anxious. When you decide something, you take a step. Sorry. When you decide on something, you take a step, and that leads to the decision that what did you choose? What is your final choice? Possible, what is something that is able to do? What are the available and achievable possibilities? What can be done easily? That means possible. What can you achieve easily? That is possible. Now, after explaining the vocabulary, we will go to page number 38 in order to use those vocabulary in different blanks. Pause the video here and match the meanings with the words and then note them down. Here I will continue. Hanan is good at organizing things, controlling things. Isn't she? Yes, I'm sure she will do well in her career and become a top manager in charge. What kind of job do you want? You have to take a step. You have to make a decision. Well, I enjoy anything technical. Technical, we took it in period number 1 as well. So that probably means I should be a, from technical, I should be a technician. I have written several programs for my computer, programs, softwares. So I would like to train as a computer programs. Computer, what will be the noun from program? Programmer. Well, the local college teaches programming skills, so there is a chance, possibility that you could train there. So, question number 1 is done. Check your answers and give yourself a star if everything is correct. Proceeding to activity number 2 on the same page, page number 38. Pause the video here and note down your answers, then check with me. Dr. Rosie came to talk to Year 10 students in order to help them think dash the present year to the future. Away from the present year. What is that word? Away, farther than, and also further than, beyond. She knew that it could be hard and full of worries, stressful for their dash because there was so many choices to make it in today's world for their generation because they have so many choices. The choices are not specific, they are not limited. You have a, a large options. You have some, you have too many options to choose with. However, she felt that this was much better than the situation of for young people 3 centuries back. This is a comparison between today's world and 3 centuries back in 1700. In those days, most people had no education and did not learn to read or write, and they had few dash to do anything except to live the same lives as their parents. Opportunities, choices, chances. Even the lives of young people in 1900 were quite dash limited because there was not any available opportunity. And whatever your parents did, you had to do the same. Many of the dash that we see in the shops today, we see them in the shop. What are they? You use them. Goods did not dash at that time. They were not available. What's the word? Exist. Nor did many of the jobs that people have today. So, generally speaking, Dr. Rossi felt that it was better to be young today and to have the chance to choose from too many opportunities. Her big hope was that everyone would use the chance to choose dash and make the best possible choices for themselves, to choose wisely or to choose responsibly. So there are countless opportunities for grade 10 students, for grade 12 students. Just you have to choose very, very carefully, sensibly, responsibly. Now we have these pictures, activity number 2 and 3 on page number 36. There are few questions about these pictures. Now, if you focus on this picture, what do you feel? Which place is it? Yes, it's a classroom. And you can see that this gentleman, what is he doing? He is introducing this lady to students. And if a lady is joining a class, what would we expect? Of course, the students would ask her so many questions and she would be there to answer them. But when you look at the board, you feel that there must be a topic. So what is she talking about? She's talking about their career. So this is also called career counseling, that you people will get it when you go to grade 11 and 12. You find that you need this career consultation. So this lady is helping students and telling them about their way ahead, beyond grade 10. What are the opportunities available? So I have answered you so many questions. Just write them in your own words. Come to these two pictures. You can easily see that and foresee that these pictures show the past, maybe 3 centuries back, when the woman had no choice. She had no career, only just getting married and bringing kids and upbringing them. Whereas the man had no education, or maybe very, very basic education, and he had to work in farms, that. So, no many, very few opportunities were available for them to choose from and do that, whatever their parents did. So I just answered the questions. You will find the questions over there. Write them in your own words, please. We will come to the text here. We don't have listening for this text, so I'll read it for you and discuss it with you. The most important points. Dr. Bell. Now I know that all of you in year 10 are thinking beyond this year to the future. And so we have invited an expert here today to talk about career decision. Everyone please welcome Dr. Kate Rossi. So Dr. Bell, he has called Dr. Kate Rossi to help grade 10 students who are thinking beyond grade 10, beyond this year to the future, who are thinking about their career decision. So Dr. Kate Rossi is there to help students about their career choices. Dr. Rossi starts, thank you and hello. Well, deciding the right way ahead can be very difficult and stressful, especially for your generation. Why? Why is it difficult and stressful? Because there have never been so many choices to make before. She means that we young generation or young generation have countless choices, have so many options, so many opportunities to choose. So it is really, really hard and difficult for you to choose. So she understands this point that it is not easy to decide your career easily. But let's start with the opposite, a world without choices. Yes, she is giving you another scenario. Think about 300 years ago. Think back 300 years. If you had all been born in 1700, very few of you would have had any education. She's right, no education. At 16, nearly all of you would have been hard at work, at home, or on the land, like you saw on the picture. The lady, she was at home, and the man was on the land. You would probably have had very few choices. Your lives would simply have followed your parents. Whatever your father did, you were supposed to do the same. Whatever your mom did, you being a woman had the same choice. Because there was no education, there was no life, there were no opportunities for us to choose. So they just followed their parents. Now, what if you had been born in 1900 instead? See, before she took us to 1700, now she brought us to 1900. Generally speaking, you would have had more choices and chances by then. You would have been able to travel through only by train. Cars were for the rich and planes were for the very brave. So, better than 1700, 1900 people were luckier. They had more choices and opportunities. There was train for us, but cars were not for everyone. It was only for the rich people. Unlike now that everybody has got the car, and cars are really affordable for everyone almost. And planes were for the very brave, those who were courageous, daring. They could have planes. Several years of school would have given you more possibilities, although you would probably have left at 13. You didn't continue your education. There would have been more goods to buy in the shops. Many items were available, but not a TV or a computer. TV and computer came very late. These and many other things did not exist. Life would have been limited in another way too. There would have been far fewer career opportunities in 1900, she means. Could you have become a TV technician, or a computer programmer, or a shopping center manager? No, because these and other thousands of other jobs had not been yet invented. Of course, if TV was not there, if computer was not there, so how could someone become a TV technician or a computer programmer or a shopping center manager? Because shopping centers were not introduced by that time as well. So no, because these things were not available on that time. So as compared to 1700, 1900 was much better, but still you had not enough opportunities, choices, possibilities to choose from. Now she came back to the now present world and so back to today. Yes, it's harder to choose than ever before, but it's wonderful that you have the chance. So think carefully and choose responsibly. You only have one life. Use it well. So, as compared to 1700, as compared to 1900, You have so many choices. Think carefully and choose responsibly. You have to be very, very, very extra careful about your future decisions because they impact on everything. So please be wise, be responsible, and think about it seriously. So, this was our lesson about your life, your choice, but choose it wisely, carefully, and responsibly. Let's get to the exercises. On page number 36, you will find some questions. Activity number 4. What does Dr. Rossi mean by the title of her talk, Your Life, Your Choice? What was the big problem for most people 3 centuries ago? We just discussed it. How had things got better by 1900? Yani, what was in 1700 and how did it get better in 1900? Why were career choices still much more limited in 1900 than they are today? TV was not available, computer was not available. So you can answer it very well now. What does she want the student to do with the chance to choose? What does she want them? Something very, very simple, and we have just discussed all these 5 questions in detail. So pause the video and write your answers, then check with me. Your words can match mine. I'm not asking you to write down same to same mine. But if you could find some better words, do use them. That means it's our own choice to decide wisely about our future. Back in 1700, they had very few choices. In 1900, people had some more choices and chances as compared to 1700. But still, there weren't many job opportunities by then. By then, we mean by 1900. Dr. Kate Rossi wants the students to choose wisely and responsibly, to think carefully. You can use anything but something matching with the idea. Proceeding further, this activity number 5, we have some notes to complete. Very, very easy. Pause the video, write your answers, and check. 1700, people usually had no education. And what about choices? Very few choices. Very few. And after that, which year did she mention? 1900. People had basic education. Basic. And they had more choices and chances as compared to 1700. Today, education at least 10 years, and I think now at least 12 years the people are studying, and choices, we have countless, we have unlimited choices available. That's why we have to choose wisely and carefully. Now, page number 36 exercises are finished. Now we will proceed to page number 38. So on page number 38, we will find the references. Pause the video and write your own answers. I will continue here. Why? Because there have never been so many choices to make before. Before means in the past. Your lives would simply have followed your parents. Your parents what? Your parents' lives. Yes, it's harder to choose than ever before. Why did she say yes? This yes refers to the question, choosing the right career. But it's wonderful that you have the chance. You have enough opportunities to choose. You don't live in a limited world with limited choices. No, right now, even sky is not the limit. You can pursue your education in any country, in any place, according to your favorite degree. We get back to the meanings on page number 38. What if? What would you have done or what would you do? You can ask any conditional here. Cars were for the rich. Rich means someone who is wealthy. And planes were for the very brave, for daring people. You can also write courageous people, those who are not afraid, those who are not scared of. So, rich and very brave meanings. And so back to today, what does she mean? She means that coming back to the present. So, this was the scenario of period number 4 and 5. So far, we have finished it. Hopefully, you understood this point, the main points that we discussed today. I'm Miss Fatima Mohammed Iqbal saying you goodbye and good luck.